Guys, super excited today to be reviewing and unboxing this. This is the latest pan and tilt wireless security camera from a company called Soliom, and it's coming right up. What's up YouTube, Dave here with Seeing Through a Lens, and thanks for stopping by the channel. And if you haven't stopped by here before, please be sure to click on the subscribe button and click on that bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. So guys, yes, there are a ton of these wireless security cameras popping up. I recently reviewed the Argus PT from a company called Reolink, and I'm going to put that card up there if you haven't seen that video, and I'll also link that in the description box. I myself use the Netgear Arlo system, which is a really good system too. But today guys, it's all about this wireless camera from Soliom. Now guys, for those of you that follow my channel, you know that I buy pretty much all my own gear. But from time to time, folks reach out to me and send me gear to review. But irrespective of whether I bought it or whether I'm sent it, you're always going to get my honest opinion for this stuff. So in this case, Soliom reached out to me and sent me this wireless security camera to unbox and review and to give my honest opinion, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So guys, here we have the Soliom wireless battery powered pan and tilt security camera. Now this thing is pretty cool. It's got, you know, night vision, live monitoring, two-way audio, motion detection, it's full IP66 weatherproof, and it shoots in 1080p video, so that's pretty cool. Let's just spin this around, get it open. Got the old trusty knife, make a little slice there. Got in the box here. So opening the box up here, you can see we're greeted with some instructions and a quick user guide. There's a warranty card in here also. Some fitting instructions, so we've got a template here just to let us know kind of which way, just to let us know where the markings are for the base. Okay, it's interesting, we've actually got a gift here as well. We can either have a 32 gig memory card or 6 months of cloud storage free. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to leave that in there. But there's a whole ton of instructions here, so we'll take a look at that shortly. Open up the package. Now we've got the unit. Let's grab the unit out and get rid of this box. Here's the unit guys, a couple of antenna on here. What does it say? Point this to the sky. Okay, fair enough. Feels pretty robust. On the bottom is the mounting plate, so that kind of lines up with the template. So that should be pretty easy to mount. This is made out of steel as well, so pretty solid. So yeah, looking at the main unit, we've got the antenna on here. On the side of this, we've got the lens, we've got a PIR sensor, and we've got some infrared sensors around here also. On the front, if we lift up this weatherproof cover, we've got the USB socket, the micro USB socket to charge up, and we've also got the ability to plug a flash card in, a micro SD card. So that's pretty cool. Looking at the back of the camera unit, we've got this speaker here as well, so we'll test that out in just a minute. Coming to the front here, if we lift this weather seal cover up, we've got the reset button and we've got a micro SD card slot. Just pop that down there for a second. And on the bottom of the base here, we've got a weather sealed micro USB socket, and we've also got the on-off power switch. So guys, I think what we need to do now is to pair up our mobile phone. There's an app that's either Android or iOS for your mobile phone, and that allows you to control this camera. So let's get that set up and let's get the camera paired up and let's see what this thing can do. So guys, the very first time that you download the app and open it up, it's going to ask you to register. So you're going to need to put in an email address, a password, etc. Then when you get in, it's going to ask you to put a family name in. Okay, I've just selected test, and now I'm getting to the point where I can actually add a camera. So I am going to click add a camera. I think it's a Wi-Fi device. I'm going to turn on the camera.
The camera is now ready to begin pairing.
So what it said is the camera's ready to begin pairing, although it's very loud and distorted, but I'm going to click yes to this. Next, I'm going to put my Wi-Fi password in.
The camera is now ready to begin pairing.
So guys, the easiest way to pair this up is to get the QR code on the phone and point it at the camera.
Information received.
The volume is really loud. But anyway, this thing was talking over me. So what I was going to say was, pairing it up, we kind of get the QR code on the mobile phone app and we point it at the camera's lens on the actual security camera, and after that it's all set up. So there is a message here telling me that the camera installed successfully, and it's asking me to fully charge the camera before its first use. So I'm just going to click OK to that. I'm going to move the camera slightly out of the way here, and this is telling me that the camera is online, but I can't see anything on it. So guys, what we have here now is the camera on, and if I put something in front of it, you can see that, you know what, this is in indoor conditions, and although I've got some studio lighting, the camera quality is quite good. A little bit of lag in terms of moving around, but in all fairness, that's not too bad. What we see here is speaker on off. I'm going to turn that off. We've got the ability to take photographs, so I've just taken a snapshot. We've got a microphone here, but I'm not going to turn that on, largely because it will probably result in annoying feedback. And we've also got the ability to take video, so we can record what's going on. That's told me it saved it to the album. Now, by default, guys, if there's no memory card plugged in, this is going to save to a cloud service, so you can access all your footage and keep all your footage in the cloud, and there are some plans for that. It's not free. Or you can put a flash card into the camera, into the slot, and from there you'll be able to record directly to the camera. The only nice thing about the cloud, of course, is it's backed up and it's always there. If anything happens to your flash card, unfortunately, you'd have lost any footage. So bear that in mind when you decide where you want to store your footage. Now, this is obviously on its side, and as you can see by the camera, it's kind of on its side. So on here, there are some controls. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can move this camera around. So if I click on the other way, this is kind of going up. I'm going to see if I can spin it round so I can actually see myself. So you got to keep pressing every time you want it somewhere, but in essence, there we are. So not very smooth, unfortunately. So every time you want to make a movement, you've got to keep pressing. It's a bit unfortunate because you would just prefer to keep your finger on the button, and you can't do that. If you keep your finger on the button, it stops, so you've got to keep on pushing. Also guys, you have the ability to zoom in and out. It's quite a lot of zoom there, but I guess it's digital zoom, obviously not optical zoom, but you know what, still pretty handy also. So let's take a look at some of the other features of the application. We've already talked about the fact that you've got cloud capabilities as well, where you can store your content. It looks like there's a little bit of storage on the actual device because I've got some clips here. If we take a look at the settings here, we can see that we've got memory card, which is set to cloud video, but again, as I said, you could also put an SD card in there and change that. You can flip your image, rotate it, mirror and rotate. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with that. I'm just going to leave it on normal. Screen mode, you've got backlight compensation, night vision mode, highlight compensation. So a lot of different screen modes there. You've got environment mode, which says are you going to keep this thing outside or inside. So this is set for outdoors now. So guys, let's just take a quick look at the settings here. We've got memory card. Now the memory card location, that by default is set to the cloud, but you can, as I said, put a memory card in and have it set to memory card. I'm just going to leave that the way it is. You can flip the image, so you can rotate it, mirror and rotate it. So a number of different flip modes there, but I'm just going to leave that the way it is. Scene mode, I've got set to normal, but you can put in backlight compensation, you can have it as dynamic, you can have night vision. There's a bunch of different scenes that you can select. You've got environment mode, and that literally is whether you're going to keep this camera indoors or outdoors. So I'm going to keep it outdoor mode because invariably security camera is going to go outdoors. Detection sensitivity, you can change settings on that. Power frequency, LED indicator, you can switch that on or you can switch it off. And then there's just a bunch of other device names, synchronization time, and some ID serial numbers and the usual stuff you get with digital devices. You also have the ability to update the firmware for this camera. So you also have the ability to do a firmware update straight from the mobile device. So I'm going to press that now and see if there is any update, but there isn't. So it says here that the firmware is up to date. Click on OK. And that's kind of it, guys. So guys, I'm now outside and this is the view that you can see through the Soliom S800. This is straight out of the camera, no editing. This is the image that you're getting. I'm using the controls now to move the camera around, up, down, left, right. It's not quite as intuitive as I'd like it to be. Like I said, it'd be nice to just keep your finger on the button and have the camera move quite smoothly, but you do have to press the button every time you want to move the camera. And that does make for a bit of a glitchy kind of experience. I've now moved inside, and what's actually impressive about this camera is that the image quality is really good indoors. There's no lighting here whatsoever. This is just a little bit of natural light. I'm in a basement, but the image quality is pretty good. It's smooth, it's a little bit grainy, but for a security camera, you can definitely see what's going on here. So guys, that was a quick introduction into what this pan and tilt security wireless camera from Soliom can do. Lots of features and functions through the mobile app. Great image quality either in dark conditions or bright conditions. Intuitive alerts straight to your lock screen on your mobile device, and all in a well-built package. Some other features to note: this camera's got a 14,400 milliamp battery, The battery is rechargeable and can be recharged through a micro USB cable plugged into a battery charger, or a wall plug, or a mobile phone charger, or whatever you have that can take USB. Or you can actually get an additional solar panel which will actually charge up the device automatically using sunlight. Now, I believe you need about 3 hours of sunlight a day to keep this thing kind of rolling and to avoid you having to plug it in. But that's pretty much the same as the Reolink Argus PT that I reviewed recently. That also actually came with the solar panel, although I did have mixed kind of results with that. I felt that you kind of had to have it plugged in for most of the day in order to keep that battery charged up. But I haven't got the solar charger with this, so I can't make any comment on how good this one is. As I said, the camera is full pan and tilt and also has a digital zoom capability. You get 355 degrees of panning and you get 90 degrees of tilt. So that's pretty good, a decent field of view. Motion detection is up to about 26 feet away, which is pretty good, and that's a long way away. And of course, like I've shown you already, you kind of get those intuitive alerts to your lock screen. In terms of storing recorded footage, cloud or micro SD card on board, cloud obviously in the cloud. There is a subscription service for that. I think you can get a free 30-day trial and then plans start from about $1.99. That's $1.99, I should say. Nice thing about storage cards is they're free. Nice thing about cloud is everything's backed up. So if you kind of need to get to something, you know that it's always going to be there. Video quality comes in at 1080p and you can capture images again either in bright conditions or dark conditions, nighttime, whatever, using infrared capabilities. Now, whilst you can control this camera through mobile data from your smartphone or your smart device, if you plan on hooking this up to your Wi-Fi network, just be warned that this operates only on 2.4 gigahertz, so not 5 gigahertz. So it's just something to note. Now, most routers do both. Some folks that are just only using 5 gigahertz might turn off the 2.4 gigahertz band, but if that's the case, please be aware that you have to use 2.4 gigahertz. So guys, that's about it for this video. This was an unboxing, an introduction to this camera. I didn't mount it, you know, I could have mounted it somewhere and kind of done a lot of testing and all the rest of it. But I really wanted to get the video out. I wanted to play around with it and bring you the sort of key features and functions. So kind of setting it up, looking at the different features, looking to see what the image quality was like and the motion sensing and stuff like that. And yeah, you know what? I would give this a thumbs up because it's pretty inexpensive and it's well built and it's stacked with capabilities and functionality. So yeah, I think it's a good buy. What I'm going to do, guys, in the description, I'm going to be leaving a link as to where you can get this camera from and a discount code. So if you're interested in getting one of these cameras, check out the description box where you'll find some interesting links. So guys, if you've got any comments, questions, please leave them in the comments section below. Until then, guys, I'm Dave with Seeing Through a Lens. Thanks for watching. Thanks for Soliom for sending me this camera. And guys, I will see you the next time. Please like, please subscribe, and click on that bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. Bye for now.